Well, happy Tuesday. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I would say that in Spanish, but I don't speak Spanish. So I just want to say welcome and hope you all are having a fantastic day, or at least a productive day in the office and the practice. Wanted to bring you up to date on a couple of different things. We updated a couple of different sections and added some things. First of all, if you didn't know, just a little bit ago, the governor, the Illinois Department of Public Health shared the plan for reopening the state on a region-specific manner and method. First of all, let me just be abundantly clear. Effectively, nothing is going to change until at least May 29 for any of the regions based on the plan. We've included a link to that plan in our FAQ section at the top. In the table of contents, just go to the table of contents, the FAQ section, click on the link that will take you to the new plan, and it'll walk you through it. Now, it's a huge file, so it's going to take a little bit of time to load. I'm sure that'll be cleaned up in the coming days. Additionally, we're going to provide additional guidance on that in the coming weeks as well, to make sure everybody is kind of familiar with what's going to happen through this process of reopening. But again, according to the plan, phase one is passed. We're in actually phase two. But to move to phase three, you have to have 28 days of specific metrics hit from a hospitalization standpoint. The clock doesn't start ticking till the beginning of the phase, which would have been May 1. And so it's May 29 before we could even be in phase three for any of those regions. So soon there'll actually be different information in the article based on where you live. And so if you want to know more about that plan and what it may look like, you can take a look at the plan that we have a link to in our COVID-19 article online at iocchiro.org. A couple of other sections that really do matter that are important. One, if you are self-employed, independent contractor, a sole proprietor, whatever words you want to use there, and you closed or you did something that prevented you from being able to file for unemployment, there's a lot of concern because they haven't built that portion of unemployment yet. First of all, know that they're backdating everything to early February. And so you will be able to access funds if you closed or had significant reduction in hours to no control of yours due to the pandemic. The Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, PUA, the PUA program, or whatever you want to call it, is out there. The problem was the system wasn't built. It's still not built. It begins on May 11. However, they did issue guidance. IDES is saying, please, if you fit that category, file for unemployment. Okay, file for unemployment. You will get a rejection, but you have to have that initial filing in order to access the PUA funds beginning on May 11. So to use the system on May 11, you have to have that rejection already. So go ahead. If you fit that category and file for unemployment, you can read our section that covers that information in the article, and it's in that recently updated section, so you can get that. Next is there was some clarification that came out in regards to the PPP loans, the Paycheck Protection Program loans, and it's in how that you evaluate your full-time equivalents employees, and so your FTEs. The initial publication by the Small Business Association indicated that everything was based on a 40-hour time span. Instead, they have now pulled back that recommendation. They changed the quoting and the calculations, and instead, they're basing it on other Treasury documentation. In fact, what it looks like is the law actually specified the Treasury section of law that dealt with this. So IRS defines it, and the way that IRS defines it in statute is that it's a 30 hour. So everything's based on that 30-hour time frame for determination of a full-time equivalent employee. So as you begin to do those calculations, they change it from that 40-hour time frame to the 30-hour time frame. And so we wanted you to be aware that information's been updated. But again, SBA changed that sometime in the last several weeks. So those are the updates for today. We'll have more updates in the coming days and weeks. And please hang in there. We continue to keep you in our thoughts and keep you in our prayers. And we just want you to know that. Please hang in there. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. And if you didn't know, if you jump out to iocchiro.org, there's a little chat bubble at the bottom that says questions. We're here to help. You can click on that, or just a little icon that looks like a chat bubble over the top of a cartoon, for lack of a better way of putting it. Click that. You can ask us questions at any time. There's sometimes when we're able to answer them in the evenings or on the weekends. Of course, we're on it as quickly as possible during the day. Hopefully, everybody is doing well, and we'll catch you tomorrow.